Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CRM Analytics video session 197. So basically in today's video, we will actually cover about the component and the container widget. Okay. So in the previous session, we learned about the repeater widget as well as, the input widget. Today I will actually cover the component and container widget, and maybe I will just go through the properties as well, a bit of the repeater and input if time permits. But anyways, the properties itself is self-explanatory, not an issue. Okay. Anyways, going to Analytics Studio, we will continue with the same dashboard, that is the Scratch dashboard. Okay. Now, firstly, what happens is for component, if you go to the browse section, you have something called as component. Currently, we didn't build any components. So we will create a component separately. Okay. So what I will do is I will click on create over here. I will click on the component. That is strange. Let me try once again. Clicking on component. Okay, sorry. I think there was a lag. Anyways, it came up two times. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will create this component, and as we have been utilizing this particular recipe account data set, with the help of that only, I will create a component. Now, what it does for you is basically sometimes if you are creating certain things, okay, for example, there's a particular chart and a user selects something on the top, let's say industry and type, okay. So that chart should get faceted based on the selection. Earlier, we used to do it via different pages, okay, but right now you can actually do it via component, fine. So what happens is by building that component, it's kind of a mini dashboard which we have, and by building that component, you can utilize that and put it in that original one. Okay, so that's the way we actually kind of do it. Okay, just to show you one example very quickly, what I can do is, for example, let's say I build two pages. Okay, so for example, let's say I build page 3. Okay, and let's say there's one more page which I'll be building, which is like page 4. Okay, now the thing is that let's say I add a navigation widget over here, fine. So for example, or let's say I build toggle as well, that is also fine. Okay, so I'm building one toggle and I'm just clicking on one more toggle. Okay, and let's say I'm building a particular chart, fine. So here, of course, I won't save the dashboard, but I will just show you. So let's say I build this chart, and this will be like, suppose I give, let me first check if the type is there. Okay, the type is there, fine. So let's say I click something like type. Okay, and I'm clicking on done, fine. Coming to the next one, I will do the same thing. So let's say I have this toggle over here. Okay, and I take one more toggle, and finally I will build this chart, and let's say name it as industry. Okay, so I will just write it over here, something like industry chart, maybe, since I've built a lot of them. uh Go for industry, of course, and click on done. Okay, that's it. Now I will go to this page 3, and let's say for this toggle, sorry, it won't be toggle actually. Let's do one thing. uh okay, it should be a link, not a toggle, huh? By mistake I did it. So it should be a link basically. So let's say I put this one link over here and another link over here, and the same thing I will do on page 4. Okay, so I will just remove this two toggles, and from my keyboard button I'm clicking on delete. Okay, and it will be link button over here, fine. So what I will do is I'll go to this page 3, and under this button section, I don't know, let's say I write something like type. Okay, and here I will write something like, for example, industry. Okay, and what will this do is basically this is like the page in layout. Okay, it will be page in layout, and I select the page like something like page 3. Okay, and here also I will select that page something like, I'm going for page in layout, and I will select something like uh, page 4. Okay, and I will do the same thing over here. So I will write it something like page in layout. I will go for page 3, of course, and here it will be page 4. So again, page in layout, page 4, and that's it. Okay, Now, what I will do is I will click the preview section. Okay. So if you see here, if I click on type, it's showing me type. If I click on industry, oh, okay, I didn't make the changes over here. So here also it will be like type, and basically here also it will be like industry. Okay. Now from the page 3, I'm just clicking on preview section. Okay. Now if you see here, this is the type. So if I click on this button type, it is showing you type. If I click on this industry, right, it's showing you industry. Okay. And again, if I click on type, it's showing you type. Okay. Now this is more like, you see there's a particular thing on the top. Fine. Uh, Again, you can always play around with the background color. Fine. So here you have all the background color as well. You can play around with it. Let's say choose something like black just to ensure it's highlighted. And here also, let's say for industry, the present one, which is highlighted, let's say I choose something like, I'm just choosing randomly. Okay. Oh, I didn't choose it. Oh, sorry. It has to be this one. Okay. Now, so you see when I'm selecting something, let's say type, it is showing you type. When I'm selecting industry, it is showing you industry. Okay. That is the way in which this can be built fine in a particular dashboard. The problem is this particular thing which I've built in the form of pages, I cannot utilize in some other dashboard in case I required it. Okay. So there where the component comes into picture, where at one go you can build a mini dashboard and you can utilize it in several other dashboard. Now in this scratch dashboard, if I build this part, this particular scenario, I cannot actually transfer it to some other dashboard. Fine. Like if the same scenario is needed some other dashboard, I cannot transfer it. But here where the component comes into picture, where at one go, actually, you can utilize that in the present dashboard and utilize that in some other dashboard as well. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is, that's the thing about this one. So here I will utilize that component widget. Okay. I will save this with the pages as well. I will show you the component part also. Okay. So coming to that component, again, what I will do, I will build the same thing. Okay. So which I did over there. So I will bring this link widget. Okay. And I will bring this, I'm doing the same thing actually, which is fine. Okay, not an issue. And let me build a very small chart itself. Okay, I won't make it very big. And let's say I bring one more link itself. Okay, so what I will going to do is I will do 3 1. Okay, so here it is. Let's say first of all, for this one, let's say I build the recipe account dataset, and I will very quickly build the type. Okay, so I'm going for type, I'm going for this account type. Okay, and I'm clicking on done. Fine. And similarly, this is, let's say, let me name it as type as of now. Okay, that is fine. And I will go for this more. Let's say I build it something like billing country. Okay, and again I will repeat the same thing. So I will build this link once again. Okay, I will build the link and I will bring this particular chart, and here I'm going to have the billing country. Okay, so I'm going for this billing country. Okay, let me quickly do the naming convention. That won't take much time. So I'll go for type here. I will go for billing country here. Okay, and here I will finally go for, I'm building 3 stuffs. Okay, so you will see the 3 things for the same one. Fine. And here also again the same thing, and we'll go for type. Here I will go for billing country, and here of course I will go for industry, and I will bring one more page, and here also I will write industry. Okay, and again the same thing. So I'm going for the link. Okay, here let me write type. Okay, here let me write billing country. Here it will be industry, and finally I will bring a chart over here which will be of industry. Okay, so let me very quickly do that. So here I'm going for industry. Okay, I'm going for this count of this. I will bring the industry part, and that's it. I'm clicking on done. Okay, and I will make the few changes over here. So it will be save lens. Okay, it will be page in layout. It will be type. Okay, this one will be again the same thing. So page in layout. It will be billing country. Okay, this one will be the same thing here. Also, it will be page in layout and industry. Okay, similarly, I will do the same thing for here. So again, it's like page in layout. It will be type, and here, of course, it is. So I'm not repeating that thing. I'm just simply doing it. I hope you understood. I'm going to follow the same thing over here. Okay. So it will be industry, and finally I will go over here. So again, this will be like page in layout type. Okay. Similarly, page in layout billing country, and finally page in layout and industry. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go this type, and I will just whatever is the present one selected, I will just make the background as not sorry background as black. Okay. Let's say I select the font. Sorry, font is not looking that great. I don't know, like maybe ash. Yeah, I think ash is fine. And billing country also, I will do the same thing. So I will go for this background color. I will go for this. Okay, I think it's too much dark. You go a bit for the lighter color, maybe. Okay, that is fine. And for industry also, I will do the same thing. Okay, so I'm going for this lighter dash. Okay, and what I will do is now I will click on preview. Okay, so as you can see, I'm able to see the type when I click on billing country. I'm able to see the billing country. When I click on industry, I'm able to see the industry. Okay, it's just that on the type, when you're clicking showing you the type, it's on the first page. The name of the first page is type. When you click on billing country, it's actually moving to the second page, right? In the second page, because I gave the link as page in there for the second page, moving to the second page, right? And showing you the billing country. And when I'm clicking on industry, it's going to the third page. The name of that page is industry, and it's showing you the chart of industry. That's it. Okay. Nothing else. Now, what I will do is I will click on save. Okay. And I don't know what to write over here. Let's say I write type billing country and industry component. Okay, so type billing country and industry component, and I will save it in my let's say I save it in my recipe data set. That is also fine. And I'll just quickly cross check where I was saving my scratch dashboard. Okay, it was recipe data set. That is fine. So this is now saved for us. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I will just yeah, I will just refresh this dashboard maybe. Okay, why it is showing this? I think the type is saved. Okay, I think that is fine. Yeah, let me do one thing. Let me come to scratch dashboard and let me reload this dashboard. Okay. Okay, now what I will do is basically you have this option of component somewhere. Yeah, I will bring this component over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm simply bringing this component over here. Okay. That is strange. It is taking a lot of time to open up. Let's see what's the issue. So I will choose the component from here. Okay. So I'm clicking on this choose component, and this is the component which I have built, and I will click on done. Okay. That's it. So I'm clicking on done. Basically, that's the thing, it's done. And as you can see, it's been covered up over here. I can just scroll this up. And if I click on preview, fine. You see, it's showing me the billing country and it's showing me the industry. Of course, I can play around with the size. That's not an issue, but I hope you understood the purpose. So when I click on type, it's showing me the type. When I click on billing country, showing me the billing country. When I click on industry, showing me the industry section as well. Okay. And here, these are the things you can click on the edit components, like it will edit the component for you. But yeah, I think as of now, that's really not required. And I'm not quite sure why it's again. Okay, that's fine. So you can click on that same thing and you can, go for the widget sections and all. So that is the thing about component. Now, one beauty is this particular thing. I have also built it over here, right? So for example, it was, okay, I think I didn't save that, unfortunately, that page 3 and page 4, which I didn't save that. It was my mistake. But anyways, I hope you got the idea. Like that same thing which I did, basically I can utilize this and I can utilize this in other dashboard also. So that pages which I was building for the same scenario, I don't have to repeat it all the time. If the same scenario needs to be done in some other dashboard as well, I can just utilize the component and that will solve the problem. We will understand better as we go further, but as of now, let me save it. And in the version history, let me write added component widget. Okay. So yeah, that is all about this one. I just got to cover the component. I was explaining you how to actually utilize for the application of this component. And yeah, let's meet very soon in our next video. Thank you.